How is our code production like in terms of longevity, by the way? So we already kind of used up all the dyes here. We still have well, pretty much endless fabrics. But the dyes are a problem. So like maybe we'll go for the tincture just because we can make dyes. We could at least pick up the scales from one of the ponds. Yeah, I know these other two things are kind of not easy, not possible to get right now, but the dye recipe is quite effective. The other option would be to grab the forager's camp, but we don't have any large nodes for this one. So yeah, let's bake up the tincture and let's also build it. Can we build it somewhere? Oh, if we move the herbalist camp just a little bit. Then we'll build the tincture close to the small warehouse over here. Where did you go? Okay, here you are. Let's flip it a little bit. Okay. No workers for it right now, but we will enable the dye recipe. And ideally we need scales, right? So scales come from this copper fin trout pond. So somebody failing to produce something. Okay, and for the pond we need a small fishing hut. We will pause for a second as we have a lot of things going on at the same time. So, what about the cornerstones? Do we have anything for dealing with the hostility? We do not have any options for the hostility management. So we could increase our grain delivery line. We could also have two additional villagers with every caravan that's coming in. And then there is another option for value-added tax. Packs of trade goods are worth 25% more when sold through trade routes or directly to traders. I don't think we're running into much problems with our grain delivery line that we have already. Actually, we are kind of out of grain talking about it, but I believe a bunch of flour was just made, so that makes sense. Value-added tax, since we're able to make a bunch of, well, trade good packs might be useful. With the thing with the grain delivery line is we just don't have a building to make the food that would require it. So what we will do right now is we will leave this decision a little bit later. It's gonna be kind of like as an addition or, well, a choice in the future that we can make. Okay, so how are we doing the packs of goods? They're kind of coming along slowly. Why are you not making any planks? Because you don't have enough wood, I believe. You don't have enough wood because the woodcutters are in an unoptimal position, are they? Let's quickly check the trade routes. Again, we could sell some stuff, but we have a mission right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, traders. The next trader will visit us in around 6.5 minutes. Yeah, newcomers are waiting. We have to choose a cornerstone. I know. Could we make another hearth? We're missing one wildfire. And if we take a look at our orders, then, for example, we're missing 10 flowers in order to get another wildfire essence from the population influx order. And that sounds like something we will be going for. And we do get 5 additional villagers, which is like, yeah, it's too many villagers. But at least we get like to build another hearth to mitigate this problem. In terms of spacing, can we place it somewhere over here? No. But if we did open up this dangerous glade over here, we could push it down there. So I'm thinking the woodcutters will have to switch sides again. Now we are taking some risks in terms of hostility levels going high quite in a speedy manner. But we will not accept any villagers at the moment. And if possible, we will also buy more things to burn at the hearth. And don't forget we have the beacon tower, so if anything we can reduce the hostility by 100, I believe, somewhere here, yeah. For one storm season at least. The next plague that we will have will remove fuel from the settlement warehouses. Okay. We really need a bunch of fuel in order to be able to also sacrifice it. I don't think you woodcutters need to be on this side either. Okay, so another glade has been opened up. We have the Fishman Cave here. If we bribe it, we get some meats, pickled goods, and crates of clay. If we, however, decide to instead chase it away, then we start spawning Fishman totems. Problem is we don't really have a way to get... Well, the chase away option is... Yeah, okay. For the bribing, we need amber, which we don't have, and some food or ale. I'm thinking we look into what the next trader will be bringing us. Or maybe there is something in the cache over here. So nothing that would help us to solve this event. And if we fail the Fishman Cave, then they will spawn 3 Fishman totems along with 1 impatience point. So nothing like impossible to handle, but still inconvenient. There is some reed hidden down here. Okay, so many options, so many things to do here, but it's just... Why are you guys not making any, like... what was it called? Packs of building materials? Can we perhaps enable you to also use fabrics for making the packs of building materials? I do not want to consider bricks, even though now we got this clay node over here. And the large one. Finally. So the druid's hut is not doing anything, so we'll just release a few of the harpies over here. Let's make them work with the clay, eventually. How many woodcutters we have? So we have 6 woodcutters. And since we still have 1 beaver, that's the only most optimal woodcutter. Tincture is not being made because all the wood is going into the makeshift post. Finishing up the one set of sealed tasks gives another choice for the cornerstone, which can again like help us out with the hostility management potentially. So we can see that we already have how many? No, so at least 4 packs of building materials. Do we have 2 workers in the crude workstation? Just 1. Yeah, the wood is coming in at the rate that 1 is enough to basically use up all the wood we have access to. Okay, and we could use somebody working in the small fishing hut as well. Maybe once the mushrooms are done. Well, it still takes a while. I guess while this harpy here is not doing anything, you can go for some fishing. Okay, so we're into the clearance season of year 5. The wood is still dwindling. Fishman Cave is kind of looming. But we are working to... Actually, no, don't you please use any, like, crops here. Did you grab all the crops? Because we just had a bunch, right? Okay. So I can see the population influx is done. Given that we potentially can build another hearth, I will finish this one. So we will get 2 more wildfires essences. And this last hearth kind of perfectly fits over here. And we will have 1 lizard over here dealing with this again. How did we get so many free villagers all of a sudden? I guess this event got finished, so that's why. The Forgotten Temple of the Sun? No? Okay, so they were doing something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what those bunch of lizards were doing. Okay, but that leaves us with some flexibility. We will use some sea marrow to open up this medium abandoned cache. Ah, we got extra villagers from delivering the order, right? That's why we had so many all of a sudden. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can choose a blueprint, we can choose everything, but... Oh, a cookhouse, eh? So skewers for lizards, biscuits for beavers, porridge for everyone. Okay, let's just take a moment. So there is also a choice for carpenter, trapper's camp, and smokehouse. Those are all less relevant. Let's pick the cookhouse. We finally have some place to cook things at. And of course we will place it somewhere. Ideally closer to the main warehouse. We can move the woodcutters away from here. They can still be close to the main warehouse, but let's just put the cookhouse right behind the main warehouse. Okay, here it is. So first of all, this lizard. And yeah, let's limit everything to 111. Porridge is does anyone like porridge? Like, no, they don't really like it. So I will leave it here, but we don't have any rainwater to make it yet now. But both the skewers and biscuits will help us a bit. Okay, so our hostility is level 3 at the moment. We have, in terms of mitigating it, we have a hearth that's going to be built eventually. Now, we might reassign some lizards and replace them with beavers. And also we will assign another lizard to the crude workstation so we can keep the production of both the planks and the fabrics going. Now we have... Well, we keep losing stuff. So didn't we have... Did we have like a bunch of packs of crops? I'm a little bit confused. Like somebody seems to be using them up. But... Or were they removed because the Forgotten Temple of the Sun wasn't finished fast enough? Yeah, remains to be seen. I will have to check it up myself afterwards as well. Will be fascinating. At least the Queen's impatience is growing, which helps us a little bit. We do not want to step into the realm of level 4 hostility, and we definitely don't want level 5. At least without the needs for services fulfilled. Okay, we have another trader over here. So we could increase the drizzle duration a little bit. But what do they have to offer us? So we could exchange some sea marrows for dyes, for example. Let me just check. So we cannot forget about this event here either, right? So do we have access to training gear or stone or some tools? Training gear, nope. Stone, nope. And tools also no. Okay, and the alternative option is to bribe it, which means 15 amber and any of these foods. We have like not too much time left. Let me just take a quick look at the orders again. So nothing from here. You can just pick the last order, by the way. Okay, so both of them require amber. We have to complete 14 trade routes and also have crystallized 40 crystallized amber that we need to deliver. Yeah, this is rough stuff, but I guess realistically we can do the trade pattern because goods for the citadel would require some of these buildings that we don't have. Yeah, let's go for the more sure option, even though it's unlikely. So my theory is that we lost a bunch of packs of crops and stuff to the Forgotten Temple event, which is not amazing. And we will be facing the Fishman Cave for, well, one impatience at least. Storm is approaching. We still have enough coats to handle this part of the storm. Yeah. Like what I will do right now is I will stop the production of the packs of building materials. We can increase somewhat the production of the crops. I think we'll get more grain delivery line. Like we're kind of clearly running into troubles with the amount of grain we have right now. Which means we don't have enough, of course. Now the storm is here, so Plague of Fire, which means that we will be losing fuel from our warehouse. Ideally it would be the wood, but clearly not gonna be the case. Okay, so while we have the chance, we will be sacrificing coal at least. And still the lizards are not happy enough. Why are you so unhappy? Okay, you don't even have coats, I guess that's why. What's being taken from our warehouse? Is it the oil that will be stolen? Actually, it's the coal, isn't it? No, don't you dare. We will use up the coal before that. Okay, so we're back to level 3. Now, what I'm thinking is we use the beacon tower to reduce the hostility for the storm. Then again, maybe we'll make it. Like we could also have the villagers leave 50% slower, so even if they go negative, we use this Song of Hope. And they don't even have 1.5 minutes to leave the settlement at this point in time, even. Yeah, seems like a good choice. Okay, so we have the packs of provisions. We are having trouble with packs of crops and somewhat with packs of building materials. Partially because I wanted us to finish the cookhouse. But to be fair, seeing how this storm is going, yeah, we will not even have any issues with anyone leaving at the moment. So I want to re-enable making the packs of building materials. Just need some progress towards the seal, right? And also the good thing is the cookhouse kind of got its planks, so can make it operational finally. There's a bunch of mushrooms that can be used for skewers. A bunch of roots as well, so skewers are good to be made. Just need people to make them. And leads us to question whether or not we need to accept additional villagers. Okay, so cornerstone selection again. And we get another woodcutter sprayer, which we kind of left out last time. Then exploration expedition, which is about boosting global resorb by 5 for 180 seconds every time we discover a glade. And some woodworkers just can't stop working. We would gain 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced. Yeah, let's go for woodcutter sprayer this time, even though declining also seems like a decent choice. The Fishman Cave. I don't remember what the totems were doing. I guess we're about to find out. So in around 4.5 minutes. Do you guys want to join us? Maybe. So there's 5 villagers that are eager to join. Yeah. So we're at hostility level 4 already. I will put some more lizards making food here. Then we already have a lizard here waiting to, well, for some resources for the hearth. We also will be building some shelters near the hearth. 1 shelter here. We're missing 5. Well, 5 housing spaces will be enough. And we will also build 1 park nearby. And it should be a lovely neighborhood soon enough. Okay, so the makeshift post, right? Why are we struggling with the grain production? We're also struggling with... Just use some bricks, okay? I know we've been complaining about bricks for half of the game, but right now we have this large node, clay node, which is actually being taken down. How much clay do we have in the bank? Not much. So I guess the important thing once we do finish this first task for the seal is to stop building or using the important resources for packs of building materials. Actually, even let's just set it to like... Let's disable it. I believe they will still finish the ongoing packs of building materials. But we'll not make any new ones then after that. We have 18 codes remaining. Please do not use up the codes at the moment because you're not having high enough resolve anyway to give us any points from there. Okay, so yeah, I know these 2 shelters are kind of without burning hearth near them. Okay, so we have 2 out of the 3 that we need. Now, one more option to consider is, shall we use some mushrooms, for example? Okay, we can see everything is going nicely within this cookhouse. 4 lizards are doing their best to make enough food for everyone. I feel like our resolve points are going to be going up quite nicely because of this food. Well, the harpies are the only outlier right now because they don't have anything at the moment. They would eat beyond the basic resources. I really want to use those trade routes, but we need to keep our packs of provisions. How many herbs do we have? 91. So maybe we can make the makeshift post do it so that the packs of crops are the most important. But if you don't have anything to do, then let's just make some extra packs of provisions. So 2 new packs of crops are coming in. While we're waiting here, I will make some more paths. It's a little bit of an awkward placement for the 3rd hearth, but we don't really have any good choices when it comes to that. Okay, you can see the first skewers being eaten. Also, the first biscuits are available, at least on the table. Herbalist camp is done, and I don't have anything else to give you. So what I would like you to do is just stop for the time being. Now comes the question, will we be running into food trouble? Or this clay, well, grain lines will kind of suffice for the time being. You can always switch the herb production to root production instead, or just mix it up maybe. Because we will have enough herbs regardless. And you can see people are enjoying the biscuits, the skewers. They're being made at a relatively slow rate, but that's okay. So we have 8 packs of crops. And now we have fishmen totems. Okay, so we got to kind of experience one wave of this fishmen here. But okay, so we'll deal with the totems for the time being. What are they causing right now is that they're causing extra hostility, leaving the harpies even into the negative numbers. So in order to save the harpies from their trouble, let's give them the access to coats. Also the beavers. And we will assign for each of these fishmen totems, we will assign some workers. But we still don't have like a solution for the next, to prevent the next wave of fishmen tokens. So 1 minute 20 will be able to solve this before the storm. Okay, so there's 3 of them, right? And each of them gives 60 hostility temporarily. Okay. Now, we're so close to the first seal task, but these harpies provide instead of making the packs of provisions. Good thing is that, well, will you harpies also... How much we have this much grain? I really don't want to use up anything else besides grain. But this leads us to also to this situation where solving this... okay. Our third hearth became operational, so the harpies are good actually now. Yeah, stop using codes again, I'm sorry. I know it's confusing, but you know. Not a good time to use codes. Rather use it during the storm, if anything. Okay, the blight post does not need to hold this wood. It's freed up. We still have like 5 free workers. 5 free workers. Could you perhaps build another... like a herb garden here? There's no way to cover up all the patches right away, but we'll place it initially. We can move it around however we want afterwards. So 2 lizards will be working here. Also some farm fields. And we might have to move 1 more shelter to the new hearth. So we get another 1 resolve here. Now, packs of crops. Did you just make packs of crops? No, you didn't. You still keep making packs of provisions. So we have enough packs of provisions to at least trade some stuff, right? So they would appreciate our scrolls. We can give away like 14 scrolls for 4 amber, which makes sense. Using up 1 pack of provision, and that's pretty much it, because we do not want to give away our vegetables. That's okay. So what we might also aim for the next season, the drizzle season, is perhaps we can start grabbing some resolve from just our happiest villagers. Being a bit optimistic here. They're not very happy at the moment. So we got rid of the fisherman totems. The next trader that's going to be arriving has metal field tools, building materials. So tools from the old Farlof could be something that helps us deal with the fisherman totem. Storm is approaching. I will allow coat usage. But the harpies are really annoyed at the situation we are currently in.